We are live. I
I
hear
should probably
myself.
go.
Oh, there
I
we
should
go.
probably go all the places. I mean, I should
Yeah.
probably go to spaces. That would make sense. I'm not
Do
even. My
you
mind
need
is just.
the link for it?
Nah, I can find it real quick. I'll just go on Twitter and go to your thing.
Here we got the threadcast recording.
Yeah,
Threadcast is being recorded.
that's play recording. Where's the current one?
YouTube. Also, we stream on LinkedIn and
What the F?
LinkedIn video. Anybody's curious, wants to try it out.
Listen live. Start listening. What in the hell is this doing? There it is. All right. I'm at the spaces. Let's get to broadcast.
Andersino said, "What the hell is LinkedIn?"
Uh,
Pretty funny. It is utilized by some people out there. I mean, we're in
honestly,
crypto, so X is where most of us gather, but
yeah, LinkedIn isn't very popular in crypto, but it's very popular in like regular like corporate land
track.
and
Yeah, traditional space.
traditional business. It's actually a great place really for like online connection, like in terms of business networking.
Yeah, I've been looking at it more heavily. So people close to me use it regularly. So it's become something that's more on my radar lately. Um, it actually has been useful for finding devs in the past. So some of the devs I've
Oh,
hired have come
nice.
from LinkedIn. Yeah. And it's
There
becoming
you
more and more
go.
utilized. I've kind of noticed over time. So I think long term finding devs through LinkedIn will probably be a pretty good source.
Nice.
Listening before my flight departs. Safe travels, Salome. I'm on mangas on YouTube.
Ha. Anderson
We are
Ho said,
live in all the places.
Let's see if Scaredy Cat is will be co-hosting today. That's funny. Yeah, it's not as consistent as it once was. It's
Yeah, I mean, we really
this
only missed 1 week, but
this
um,
holds true for many, many Zoom calls I've regularly been a part of late, which probably might more so become the norm. Over time, things change.
yep, they
I see a
do.
lot of DHF chatter in the comments.
Um, yep, we are still not at 96%, just below the funding line.
So, so close yet so far.
I know. Well, it's just one of those things where every time we get close, um, the line gets moved. So, the goalposts are constantly getting moved on us.
Are you serious? That's funny.
Yeah, I mean, just for context, without all the minutia in between, when we started the proposal, the return was at about 30 million. We're currently at 35 million on the INLEO proposal, but the return has grown to 36 and a half. So,
Fun times.
oh, I think you're muted on the X space. And Anders, if you want a better viewing and listening experience, I recommend the YouTube. If you guys refresh the threadcast, I edited the YouTube video into the top thread.
I should be unmuted now on
So
Threadcast. I mean
you can
on
actually,
Spaces.
yep, I can hear you
I can't
there.
even keep up. Whatever. I'm unmuted somewhere. Everyone should be able to hear me now. I feel
Yeah.
like Bob Uecker in Major League. You can't say goddamn on the air. Ah, no one's effing listening. I don't even know what the deal is. At this point, all I pay attention to is Bitcoin and continue to try and build liquidity positions. I'm hoping we get down to 72. I'd like to buy some, but I don't know if it's going to happen. We'll see. I did a post, a rare post on the monthly chart of Bitcoin. And based on the monthly chart, I mean, things technically are actually still bullish price action. So, I mean, not in the sweat yet, but we shall see what happens, how the month of March closes. But we could poke down the 72 without it like wrecking that tone. Um, Now, if March was to close down there, then that would be a different story. So, but this is just based on some moving averages I look at.
Yeah, it's I haven't been looking at, obviously I'm not big on the technicals. But I have been obviously watching just the global markets and what's been happening and the kind of conversations that are out there. Obviously we kind of talked about it a little bit of pre-show. We've got the Fed meeting tomorrow. And I think I saw somewhere that I think Polymarket is betting a like 98% chance that rates are held constant or held steady.
Yep.
Um, so, Polymarket has been relatively accurate in the past. It's not to say that it's 100% accurate. So, I think what would be really nice, honestly, would be a little bit of a surprise, surprise rate drop. And I think that so this has been kind of a theory that's been floated around, and I think it'd be worth talking about since you know, we all have a horse in this race in terms of the markets, and we'll talk about this for a little bit before we get into the Leo stuff. But um, it's been talked about a lot. Like, what is Trump's plan here? What is going on with the American economy and obviously it affecting the rest of the global economy? With all these tariffs and other things that are happening. And I've seen a theory that I tend to believe, which is Trump is doing all of this to reprice assets and essentially force a Fed step in by having them reduce rates. He said before he was elected that he wanted to immediately you know encourage the Fed to reduce interest rates. Um, and obviously that's a really popular thing to say, amongst the American people. And I would say, investors globally is everybody would love to see, rates come down a little bit. And the obvious concern of why they're not coming down is inflation. But if Trump is able to, put in place a bunch of tariffs, make goods and services more expensive and assets cheaper, then it's very possible that he could force a Fed, kind of a Fed pivot to lower interest rates. So I think that's possible. I think that's probably the most probable scenario. Like I just outside of that, I think people tend to think that Trump is like even Khan in the Threadcast is saying Trump seems a bit crazy. I don't think Trump is crazy. I think he's very meticulous. Um, very uh I think he's very programmatic and planned in terms of how he does things. I think it comes across as being crazy and unpredictable, but I actually think that's part of the strategy that he's always had. It's not something like even before he took office, in his first term, Trump's always been the type of person that was unpredictable and good at negotiating, kind of utilizing that kind of chaotic mindset. Um, and I think it was really obvious in his first term that he did the same thing. And then now in his second term, I don't see that being any different. And I think that he's just doing things with kind of a specific end goal in mind, but making it very chaotic from here to there. And I think that that's part of the whole ploy and the whole plan is, put in place these tariffs, enforce other countries to essentially pay down, American debt by enforcing more taxes abroad and trying to bring more goods and services back to, America. And then, this repricing of assets, and kind of like the stress it puts on the economy for him to do these tariffs and obviously just all the different kind of chaotic moves that he's making could potentially force the Fed to drop rates faster than maybe they wanted to. Um, I think if anything, I would give the over to the Fed lowering rates faster than they were gonna lower rates prior to all of this stuff happening. I don't know that that means that they're going to lower rates tomorrow, but I think it means that they're going to lower rates faster than they would have otherwise. What's your take, Mitch?
I mean, we all know that his last presidency, he leaned on the Fed to cut rates and keep rates low. So why would that change? Which just fits right into that narrative. Yeah, I think you'll see, a looser Fed just based on pressure from Trump. But yeah, as far as this meeting tomorrow, I don't see rates changing. That'd be crazy if they did. I mean, obviously everything would moon, but it'd be dumb too because I mean, inflation's not like completely not a problem. So I'd be surprised if we see any change tomorrow. But yeah, I agree with you. I think that in reality, we probably, without him in office, we probably see no cuts this year, maybe. But with him there, yeah, he'll get he'll lean on them enough to get something.
Yeah, I hope so. I think it would be I mean, obviously a rate cut would be nice for all of us who are in crypto and just holding
I
assets in
mean,
general.
I'll take it. Yeah, I would love a rate cut.
Yeah.
It'd be great for my real estate. Hell, it'd be even great for yeah, my crypto investing. I mean, you know, I'm leveraging equity lines that, move rate wise with, the Fed rate. So I'm hoping for at least one cut, if not several cuts before the end of July, because that would be beneficial for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think it'd be beneficial for most of us.
Oh
Not
yeah.
necessarily for everybody, but for most of us that are investment minded that have assets, it's generally a good thing.
Indeed. I saw in a comment, Task was poking about some issue with premium is premium like disappearing for like an hour at a clip or something here and there throughout a day or
No,
throughout the
I think
day.
I've seen this with a few people. It's not very widespread, but I have seen it with a few people. And if you have it, all you have to do is refresh. Over the past kind of 1 to 2 weeks, there's been a few DDoS attacks against INLEO. Um, I think we all know who it is, but um, to put in
That's interesting.
yeah, to put in measures to protect the interface from these attacks to try to essentially just give us downtime.
Hmm.
We've had to add some extra layers of security and caching protection. So, essentially what you're seeing is a incorrectly cached version of InLeo. So, long story short, if your premium features aren't working, then all you have to do is refresh and they'll work. So one easy way to see it is if you're like trying to do something that's a premium feature and then refresh, you'll see that the bold and italic icons, for example, are grayed out. That means that your premium features aren't loading correctly. So then you just refresh and then they'll light back up correctly. So just refresh until you see it light back up correctly, and then you're obviously fine. You can also like dump your cache in your browser, but that seems like a lot more work than just refreshing. So I found that if you have it and you refresh like 2 or 3 times, it goes away. Um, so
Nice. Yep. Right on. Heck, I gotta look to see if I don't even know if it's been 30 days. I might have to renew my premium. I haven't really checked. Like I said, I've written like one post in the last two weeks.
when cat get yearly premium?
Yeah, I probably should. Well, I won't share my theory on why I've stuck with monthly, but if you know me, it has to do with an investment thesis. So
You
it's
think you can beat the 18% a year?
it's worth me is it eight, you don't say, do you save 18? I thought it was you save less than that. I thought you save like 10%.
I'm pretty sure it's 18.
Oh, well then my investment theory has just been blown up.
Well, what's 20 divided by 16 and a half? 16.6.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was for some reason I thought it was like 10 or 12. So,
Nope.
oh
16 points.
wow.
Because it's 120 HBD if you pay monthly, and it's 100 HBD if you pay
Then thus it
yearly.
makes sense to do annual. So I guess I will have to get around to doing that. I'll just have to stack up enough HBD because liquid HBD is a commodity. I don't know. Anyway, um, let me
Yeah,
scroll up
Morty
through the
said this is not a
comments.
solution in the long run. Well, the real long run solution is that DDoSing does cost money to do. So eventually, whoever's doing it is going to realize that it's not having the effect that they want it to have. So they eventually stop doing it, and then we reduce all the firewall protections so that they're not so strict. Essentially, we just have traffic very strictly enforced right now. So the real long-term solution is that people stop DDoSing us. But as you kind of saw, X actually underwent a DDoS attack about a week or two ago, and uh, uh, it's just a way to show you that no matter how big your platform is and how many resources you have, you can still be attacked by DDoS. It just costs you more money the bigger you are. So the bigger the platform is, the more it costs to DDoS you and have any actual effect. But over time, it's like it's not economical to just keep doing it. So people eventually stop. Yeah, Con, annual premium stress free. Annual premium is the king, Salome. Yeah, I agree. I think it's very worthwhile to get the annual premium, and then you make a couple blog posts and you're consistent for like 2 or 3 months, and I honestly think premium you'll make back the 100 HBD pretty quickly if you're just you got to be heavily active. But if you're active, I think it's kind of a no-brainer. It's always been my opinion.
And stuff. Be active and stuff.
Yep. In
I
other
know
news,
I'm not really very active anymore in terms of posting, so I actually should think about if premium makes sense for me.
you got to get premium and then you got to get back to being active. That's the key.
Right? I know I've been very not premium active at all. It is what it is. IRL is taking over too much time of late. It happens. Sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse. I don't know. I guess it's here's the beauty about as you who and maybe Task can relate on this one. I feel like as you go through life and you get older, like the amount of Fs you give slowly get closer and closer to zero. And you realize like life keeps getting better when you have less Fs to give. And yeah, you don't really even buy into everything like sunk cost fallacy and all that stuff. You just keep it, you know, stay in the present, keep it moving, and have less trouble let going of things that don't serve you. What do we got? The only
Yeah,
rocks, trees,
I
but what the
definitely see
hell?
that.
I like what Sunseeker dropped some kind of stoic monk type knowledge sentence. I like it. I can't even barely read it correctly, but I like it.
They only throw rocks to the trees that bear fruit.
There you go. That's right. Haters, aka haters.
AKA they hate us because they ain't us.
There you go. I'm trying to remember which hip hop song that was. What is this? I like it. Ben Haas said, well, quoted someone, I'm transacting with the blockchain, therefore I am. I like it. It's very crypto monkish.
Getting very philosophical here.
Khan is ready for 10 years of premium.
Wow, that's a commitment and a half.
I like it. I got commitment issues. I don't know if I can do 10 years. Liquid Eye posted some fire in Leo t-shirts. Oh, when soon show in Leo t-shirts. Those things are fire. That's actually probably the coolest in Leo tee I've seen yet. I really like that one, especially like the orange. That's badass. The when soon show. That's about the right name for it because it's just all over the place. Sally Me is apparently listening at the airport, getting ready to go
Yep,
to
waiting to catch a flight is what it sounds
Cologne
like.
on Austrian Air, apparently. I don't even know Austrian. There was a airline called Austrian. But I knew the code. I know where that's going. I've been there. Good old Germany. I've been to Cologne. I've been to Dusseldorf. I've even been to Aachen. Oh, West Germany. Ah, there you go. Tokenized, name the quote from, oh my God, I already forgot who said the quote. Anyway, but apparently it was a Taylor Swift quote. Apparently we're Swifting it up. Anyway, this has completely gone off the rails, as my one buddy calls it, crazy train. So we should probably talk about like Leo stuff and stuff.
Yeah.
What's new since a couple weeks ago? Or is it just kind of plugging along on the same old things?
No, there's actually been quite a lot that's been happening. So if you guys
Well, let's give them something to talk about.
yeah, well let's start with the INLEO side of things. So on the INLEO side of things, we're obviously still focused on the DHF proposal, trying to get it passed. We're at 96% right now. In terms of the funding. And we are just kind of hardcore focused on getting that funding through. I've got these partnerships lined up, with some awesome ecosystems, Solana, Arbitrum, Litecoin, Chainlink, and very similar to what we did with Dash, we want to integrate their main wallet option so that they can easily sign up and log in and then have their users be able to join INLEO and earn, Litecoin, earn Solana, earn Arbitrum. So, we've been really just focused on getting this proposal pushed through so that we can, get on to those collaborations. And we've made a lot of updates to the proposal, both so that we can obviously get the funding and appease some people from the Hive ecosystem, um, and also because I think the long-term vision of INLEO's place on Hive has shifted a little bit. So I think our place on Hive transitions to being a little bit more towards doing open source APIs for other apps on Hive. So what that means is, I think INLEO's place on Hive is both as the number one and fastest growing application on Hive, and we're the number one source of new accounts who get onboarded to the blockchain. And I think our comment activity now is like 40% or more of all comments on Hive. So we're trending towards being more than half of all the engagement on Hive comes actually from INLEO. So that's been growing pretty dramatically, and I think it's going to continue to grow. And along with that, I do think that another big place for us is just being an API provider for other apps on Hive. So INLEO has already been kind of the lead innovator in terms of new features on Hive, and I think we're just going to continue to roll out really awesome features that I think a lot of people thought were never possible or just never thought to dream up and then kind of take from design to development and iteration. So that's kind of where INLEO succeeds the most is in innovating new and exciting features that keep you guys engaged and happy with the platform, and obviously add more to your toolkit and just overall make the experience better. So things like creator subs, and premium and all these other features, we've done a really good job of innovating a lot of these things. And now I think what we can do is open source a lot of it, and more importantly, create finalized products that are plug and play so that every UI interface application, and even Hive games can actually take a lot of what we've built, and then utilize it on their own front ends. So we are going to continue to roll these APIs out. We rolled out the onboarding APIs last Thursday, kind of as promised in our transparency report for our DHF proposal. So now any interface that wants to can integrate the key store sign up and login option, and then also the X and Google Lite accounts, both the sign up and login optionality for them. So no UIs have done it yet. There are a couple of UIs I'm talking to who are working on, the interface side of doing that. Um, and yeah, so we're just going to continue to roll those things out and improve them as we go. But we put out a blog post today talking about talking about the new sorry, someone's knocking on my door. Talking about the new APIs. Give me 1 second.
Nice. I'm getting door knocked. That's old school. Maybe they're trying to buy your house, bro. I didn't know door knocking sales was still a thing. Apparently it is though. I have a buddy that has a business and all their leads are generating from door knocking, which is bananas to me that door knocking still creates a lot of sales. I'd like to door knock some people in the crypto universe, take them for a cup of coffee and have a conversation. Talk about how we can grow the crypto sphere.
Yeah, but as I was saying, we're open sourcing all the APIs, and getting them ready for other UIs to uh, to integrate them. So, the first stage of that was the onboarding APIs. The next stage is our half SQL API, so that gives people access to the real-time data from the chain. So that API is going live, and then let me pull up the list so I don't miss anything.
The list.
I'll drop you guys this list too, because then you can just read it instead of me having to list it all out. But
Drop.
the long story short is that we're open sourcing a lot of the different APIs that INLEO uses on a daily basis. Let me get this link for you. And what I think is going to happen is, our place on Hive becomes more of a provider of, various tools, services, applications, technologies that we've already built, and they just progress from there. So I just dropped that blog post, and you'll see that we already released the onboarding tech, which I think was kind of the biggest one. We wanted to lead with that. And then the second one is the dynamic resource credit delegations and the account creation tokens. So whenever a UI uses our API, I like how Morty just spams the threadcast with links to a shop.
The
Um,
fire
the
merch. I like that blue on blue. That blue on blue is tight.
So when a UI uses our API to sign up, it uses our account creation tokens, and then it also uses our dynamic resource credit delegation system. So when a new user signs up, they always have RCs to engage. So both of those are very important.
Nice. Cash just waiting for number to go up.
Well, if you want to see number go up, this will be a good transition. So that kind of covers us on the INLEO side of things. Read that blog post and get all the information. But a lot of the infrastructure and technologies that that we've innovated are going kind of to the open source world in terms of Hive. So we're very focused on refining those, making them better, and allowing other UIs to kind of follow along with our innovations, which I think is especially important as we do these collaborations. When we bring an ecosystem over like Litecoin or Solana or Arbitrum, we want other UIs to be able to benefit from that growth, not just us. So I think it's a really important part of our proposal is that we're not just trying to grow INLEO, which is going to happen dramatically from these integrations and collaborations, but we're also trying to grow all the different Hive applications and platforms that are out there. And I think it's really important that we get these technologies out and they get utilized. So, so the kind of next critical thing is LeoDex, which has exciting news.
LeoDex.
So this is pretty unbelievable. So I hope you guys are sitting down.
Wait, hold
Uh,
on. Hold on.
in the last
I
three
gotta sit.
days,
I gotta sit down. Oh, wait, I am sitting down. All right, go ahead.
in the last 3 days, so 3 days, starting 3 days ago, we had about $250,000 in trading volume in a single day. That was the biggest day we've ever done. Yesterday, we did $350,000 in trading volume. So then that became our biggest day. Today we did $920,000 in trading volume, and I just posted a screenshot of it. Um,
What?
so, and the day is 70% done.
We're only at lunchtime.
Yep. Well, I think their
That is,
timing's a little different.
gotcha.
I think it's about 2 hours different than
Look at that. Where did that volume come from? That
pretty
is
wild.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that means the Maya things are operational again.
Yes, Maya, Maya's been doing well. So this is all Maya trading volume, by the way. So um,
Hmm.
and what's crazy is I was just talking to someone about this, but um, what's crazy, have a good flight, Salami. What's crazy is
Oh, to good old Dusseldorf. Apparently, one of the richest cities, according to selling me, which
really.
is not why the cat was there. Cat had ex-girlfriend there. But
Oh,
Dusseldorf's a cool city. We should do it. Let's do it. We'll do Leo conference Dusseldorf, especially if there's money
Dusseldorf.
there. We can recruit. It's an easy flight. I can fly direct from Miami.
I've never been.
Oh, it's a cool city. It's more corporate-y. Like Cologne is definitely more touristy and historic, and Dusseldorf is more corporate-y, I would say. At least that was the vibe I got. Anyway, I digress. Back to LeoDex.
Yeah, well, I was talking to someone about how LeoDex works, and what's kind of interesting is that LeoDex is right now only built for Maya. So we only have Maya trades that are available on LeoDex, and what we're adding in the next update is Thorchain, Chainflip, and Rango. So what's pretty crazy is Maya is kind of the smallest of the four in terms of trading volume. So right now we're doing nearly 1 million in a day. That's only for Maya. So that if you actually look at the top interfaces of the day, I'll pull that up and put a screenshot in the chat. Um, if you look at the top interfaces of the day for Maya, LeoDex is number one. So we're the number one interface for Maya, and we've been number one for the last 3 days in a row. So I hope that it continues. If it continues, that'd be nice. But we're the top interface, and the second top interface is 10 times less than us in terms of trading volume. So, what's interesting about this and what I'm really excited about is that uh, when you look at other protocols like Thorchain, they do a lot more trading volume than Maya does. And us integrating Thorchain, Chainflip, and Rango means that we can tap into the bigger market that's out there, not just Maya, which is obviously the smallest of the four. Um, so if we can tap into that bigger market, I think it's going to be really good for us in the long run. Um, especially if we can put up numbers like this on Maya. Imagine if we put up numbers like this on the other protocols. And a question you may have is, well, would anyone from those protocols use LeoDex instead of the other UIs that are out there? So it is a little competitive. But there's a few things there. So one, I think we've got a really good UI UX, and I think we continue to improve it. And what we've learned building INLEO, we're taking to building LeoDex. And that's helping us, obviously just build the best UI that we're capable of building. And two, the devs and I have realized that these, for some reason, and I still haven't figured out why, these other UIs have less efficient pricing than we do. So I think that's a big reason why we're starting to see more volume on LeoDex is that our pricing is actually better than other interfaces, not just because our affiliate fee is lower, but our swaps are somehow more efficient than those other interfaces. So, when we go and the devs and I already have, Chainflip, Thorchain, and Rango in private testing. And when we've quoted big swaps, like 10 Bitcoin swaps, our pricing is better than every other interface. Even if you like have a larger affiliate fee, like our pricing is still better. So I think what's going to happen is we're going to release this. We're going to have a really good UI, really good UX, and then our pricing is going to be better than those other interfaces. And we have the Leo token to add, some extra incentives on top of being a regular swapper. So, certain things like staking Leo so that you get lower trade affiliate fees. I think between all those, kind of four main factors, we can start to soak up a lot of volume from Thorchain, Chainflip, and Rango. So I hope that we maintain our spot as the number one UI for trading on Maya. And then what I want to see is, we expanded the kind of Thorchain, Rango, and Chainflip markets and work our way into the top five is my goal for that. So my kind of stated overarching goal for LeoDex is to do north of 4.4 million a month in trading volume, across all four protocols. So like in total aggregate, that's like my baseline goal over the next 60 days. So that's what I'm pushing for with the dev team. I would say now call it like 50 days or less, because this has been my goal with them for over a week now. So yeah, we're just going to keep pushing forward on that. And just working hard to make the volume grow and make the user experience as good as possible. Adding things like Leo tiers if you stake Leo, on the Arbitrum network. So that form of staking for Leo will likely happen on Arbitrum. So yeah, but to give numbers to all this stuff, we're the number one UI on Maya right now. And if you look at Thorchain, so in terms of total trading volume, it goes LeoDex with 900K today, and then the second biggest is AsgardX, which did 126K. That's for Maya. If you look at Thorchain, the number one UI did $2.9 million today. That's ThorSwap. The second biggest was Trust Wallet, which did 2.5 million today. So my point here is that the Thorchain total trading volume per day is a lot higher than the total trading volume on Maya. See if I can actually just get a total figure. Show you I guess this doesn't show it to you. Node stats, network state. Yeah, I guess it doesn't show you the total trading volume here. But anyways, if you just look at the interfaces, that's what I was kind of getting at, is the interfaces on Thorchain are doing significantly more volume than the interfaces on Maya. And that's just because Thorchain has deeper pools, it has more users, it has deeper liquidity, and different assets as well. So adding Thorchain, I think, is a really important thing for us. And if we can maintain our spot on Maya, which we'll obviously work to maintain it, I would love to see us kind of tap into that top 5 market on Thorchain and then on Chainflip and Rango as well. And that could that could lead to, us reaching our goal and hopefully surpassing it of the 4.4 mil a month.
Nice. More volume, more fees,
Yep.
more liquidity, and the
More
snowball
liquidity.
builds.
Yeah, and I know that a lot of people get confused on Hive for some reason, but LeoDex doesn't have any liquidity pools. It's the protocols. LeoDex is just an interface.
HiveTuber said, "Why the hell do I keep missing the Threadcast as the time changed?" Yes, it has, because here in America, we like to do dumb stuff and have daylight savings. So, not this past weekend, the weekend before, our clocks moved an hour ahead. So, we all lost an hour of sleep. Therefore, on Universal time, we are actually at a different time.
Yep, happens every year,
Twice a year.
twice a year.
America,
We do what we want.
apparently, for better or worse.
I hear there's talks of getting rid of it though.
I know we should get rid of it already. It's annoying. I'm on manga. Yeah, when Leo at $1.
Yeah, well,
That is,
it's
that's
something you
funny.
can kind of back into with the numbers. If you assume, a certain amount of trading volume per month on LeoDex, you can kind of back into those numbers. What would it take to reach $1?
True. Very, very true.
I think I actually did some of that math.
Mathing the maths.
Um, if we did 9 mil a month, which is twice my goal over the next 60 days. So over the next, we'll call it 50 days now. So really just to put a date to that, we're essentially looking at like May 1st. So by May 1st, I'm trying to get us to do 4.4 mil a month in trading volume on LeoDex. This month I think we're currently at like 1.5 million. Um, so I'm going to try to scale us up to 4.4 by May 1st. If we can then scale from that to 9 mil a month, that would be about 40,000 a month in affiliate fee revenue. And all that revenue buys the Leo token. Um, so if you do the math on that, uh, it comes out to like just about 500,000 a year that's buying Leo off the market. Um, and if you do a 20x multiple on that revenue, which I think is actually pretty conservative for a startup, especially a crypto startup, um, that would put Leo at 40 cents. So a very sustainable 40 cents at a 20x multiple. And in crypto, I think multiples are usually a lot different. They're usually like 1,000x. But again, looking at things with a more sustainable lens, as I like to do, a more business centric lens that has not hopium factored in, but actual logic.
Wow. It's only me was hanging on to every last second of the Threadcast. Plane is moving. Finally had to drop off. That is
Safe
hardcore.
travels,
Hardcore.
hardcore lines. That's what we are.
Yeah, that's some sweet trading fees today.
Yeah, about 4K.
See, that can consistently happen. That'll definitely create positive momentum.
Yeah, I think if anything, and maybe it continues, maybe it doesn't. Obviously, I hope it does. It's just encouraging to show us that we're in the right direction in terms of the focus that we're putting into LeoDex. and all the, all the updates we put a lot of time into, um, between LeoDex and then open sourcing our code for the DHF proposal. The team has just been nonstop. Um,
I like it.
uh, yeah, I'm sharing a screenshot right now of one of the updates we're working on, which allows you to connect two different wallets at the same time, and then you can actually choose which wallet you want to swap out of. So this is a screenshot from the LeoDex beta, um, where you can connect Keystore and MetaMask at the same time, and then when you swap, you can choose which wallet you want to swap out of.
Nice. I should maybe I should try and swap because I'm still sitting on it. Try and swap my high for some cacao again. Although I gotta look to see if the cacao price has rebounded. Otherwise, because if it hasn't, then well, it's a lose-lose either way. If it hasn't, that doesn't bode well. And if it has, then it's like, well, shit, I missed the price that I was trying to get in at. So either scenario, I lose. But yeah, um, I
Here's
might
a
do
tweet
that.
that went a little viral. I just put it in the threadcast. It shows it shows all the different wallet options and protocols that we're adding. So you can see the swap quoting happening for all four protocols at the same time. And if you compare this to like Thor swap, like I was saying, for example, our swap fees are a lot more efficient than all the other platforms.
LeoDex. You know what's really funny? I'll throw myself under the bus on this one. This is total noob status for me in terms of the move. So when LeoDex first launched, I created a separate, like I already had a key store from like some of my Thorchain stuff. Um, and I've used that one, with LeoDex, but I created a separate key store just to, beta test experiment, do some small liquidity and whatnot. For the life of me, I have no idea A, what the password is, B, where I even put the freaking file. So luckily it was, small dollars. It was probably like 150 bucks or something, 200 bucks worth of crypto. But
Did you
yeah,
save your seed
to
phrase?
total fail. I don't even think I did that. Like I said, complete noob moves left and right. Um, and I just find it comical. I'm sure if I did some more searching, I have it somewhere, but I was just like, I fought with it for a minute. I remember like a few weeks back, and I'm like, yeah, this isn't even worth it. And then I just connected my main key store I use um, for when I was gonna do that cacao swap. But yeah, pretty funny. We're
Yeah,
all
you definitely should save your seed phrase
oh,
whenever
save all
you
the
use
things.
that.
Yeah, I
So,
mean, like I said, I don't care. It was like minuscule, just beta test wallet when LeoDex first came out. I essentially donated some Leo and cacao. Um, but yeah. That's cool that we had some whale transactions on LeoDex today.
yep, definitely some whale activity going on. Um, so we'll just use this as inspiration that we are headed in the right direction, and we should just keep pursuing LeoDex, in my opinion.
HiveTuber said, imagine INLEO hit 30 million active users and $10 million on LeoDex trading volume. Yep, we can dream. One day. I know Ben Hass. Uh, I dropped the ball. What else we got? Ta. People got all sorts of jokes. I love it. That's cool. Um, Self-help patrols is kind of mind blown by how it's all coming together. even without the proposal.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a little demoralizing that, we've spent so many years building on Hive, and we're facing a lot of backlash over the proposal, even though we've kind of responded to a lot of the comments, concerns and feedback about the proposal by open sourcing a lot of what we're doing.
Yeah. Well,
So
what's that saying? If it was easy, it wouldn't be fun.
yeah,
So
I mean,
you gotta fight the power.
yeah, I mean, we keep obviously working, we keep rolling things out both on the LeoDex side and the INLEO side. So that's never going to stop. Um,
What do we
so
got?
I think it'd be
Hey,
nice if it was more widely recognized and supported, but
there you go.
we
Nope.
keep pushing no
Instead,
matter what.
Ben Haas gave you your theme. Little gif of Hannibal from the A team. There you go. The Leo team. What did Ijax say? Question: has it been worked on launching an INLEO community UI for Cacao and Rune users?
I'm not sure what you mean by community UI.
I don't know, maybe a skin or whatever. Like what is it? Like what Dash has, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, we've obviously as part of the proposal, those are kind of baked in there, is to collaborate with those kind of ecosystems. So hopefully we get that proposal pushed through, and then we can do those Solana, Litecoin, Arbitrum collaborations. I mean, I think the value we're bringing to Hive is pretty undeniable, but people will keep denying it no matter what. So we'll just keep pushing. We'll keep releasing open source tech and doing all of the things, whether we have that support or not.
What else do we got? Nope, just talks about the dev. Yeah, the dev team is definitely kicking butt. What do we got? Oh, it's already 5 after 1.
Yeah, I'm good to go when you are. We're gonna have a little LeoDex meeting after this.
There you go. I'll be running off to do in real life stuff.
Sweet. Any closing thoughts? Yeah, I mean, I think Leo hits 40 cents. If we, over the next 50, kind of like 40 to 50 days, we're going to be rolling out all these LeoDex updates, adding the Thorchain, Rango, chain flip protocols, adding all those different wallet options that you guys have seen screenshots of. Um, and hopefully the end result is what, like I said, kind of that 4.4 mil a month trading volume number. And then uh, you know, from there we grow. But yeah, that'd be
Wow.
like a 30 to
Either
40x in price.
either they have Wi-Fi on the plane or the flight was delayed because Solly Me just posted another thread a few seconds ago. That's hardcore. Apparently, apparently the Germans loving Leo, or at least people traveling in Germany. Self-help with a shameless self-promo. Live music guitar jam threadcasts once or twice a week. Feel free to join me. Well, there you go. Any music heads want to jam out with self-help for trolls? I have several musicians in my family, but that gene did not pass down to me. Cat plays no instruments. And now everyone's talking about what they'll do if Leo hits 40 cents.
Yeah, it'd be like 30 to 40x from here. So we will and it's independent of what the market does. So I think that that's like a big piece of it that you should remember is, this is a very revenue driven metric. So um, you know, focusing on this revenue multiple kind of valuation of Leo is really nice because, even if the crypto market tanks, that just means more Leos getting bought from that trading revenue. So, and volatility in general is good for cross-chain trading UIs. So generally, I think it's just a positive thing all around to focus on LeoDex and just make it hyper successful. So that's what the dev team and I are just making it, you know, just making it top priority to keep pushing LeoDex forward. But yeah, that's all I got for today. Speaking of LeoDex, we're gonna get back to the grindstone. The team has like not been sleeping. Like we're just focused 110% on pushing these updates forward. So I don't know if you can tell how how that's been going, but we've been just absolutely grinding because I think it's like our critical path is to get these integrations rolled out both on the wallets and the protocol level. So we'll keep pushing on all fronts. You guys keep pushing to use INLEO and go premium if you can. Obviously, going premium supports INLEO and our developments and just makes us better in general as an ecosystem. So go premium, do all the things that you know to do, and use LeoDex. Give us your hashtag feedback when you're using it. And overall, we'll just keep making progress. Any closing thoughts, Kat?
Nope. Just waiting for Bitcoin to go up.
Aren't we all? Aren't we all?
And in the meantime, just letting my Leo continue to stack. I got it on autopilot, so it's stacking regardless of what I do. So the Leo war chest continues to grow.
Love to see it. Sweet. Thanks everyone for coming. Great threadcast today. Yeah, we had like 320 comments. And yeah, we'll just keep pushing. May do another spontaneous show this week if we end up, launching some other APIs. So I may do some walkthroughs as well of those APIs just because I know some people are needing more information. We put out some pretty lengthy docs about the onboarding APIs. So another way you can help INLEO is to go out to your other favorite Hive apps and tell them that these APIs are live, and you can go to the @Leo Finance account to see the blog post. Uh, and go out to your favorite Hive apps and ask them when they're gonna, instead of asking me when, go out to these other Hive apps and ask them when they're gonna integrate, X and Google Lite accounts and also Keystore signups and logins. I know there's, thousands of Dash users out there that would love to go use other Hive apps with their Keystore, but they can't until those apps integrate the Keystore login methodology. And now we've open sourced all those APIs and all that code. So any Hive app that wants to can integrate these things. So we should keep pushing and kind of push forward on all the promises we've made throughout the proposal. Even though it's not funded, we are going to deliver on those promises. So hopefully, that kind of good faith, you know, that kind of good faith method of giving value, even though we're not funded, gets rewarded in the long run by us getting funding at some point. So keep pushing and tell those other UIs to integrate the technology that we're putting out there open source. It helps the overall mission of what we're doing, especially as we grow LeoDex and do all of the tech integrations, etc. So thanks everyone for coming. Thanks, Mitch, and see you next Tuesday.
Heck yeah.
Peace.